There are a lot of great qualities to this site. I think the color palette, this red, sort of wine maroon color, is a really good choice for both natural and sophisticated. So I think that is a really good choice in the way that you use it again and again. These rollovers are super interesting and fantastic. Um, the the issue with the color palette is that this yellow reminds me of Post-its. So I think you were thinking of something like a cream, and I think a cream might have worked, but this yellow feels yellow, and I think yellow and a maroon, they just don't necessarily work. I think even these colors of yellow might have worked better for you, because I think that this yellow just feels very default, and I don't think that was what you were looking for. Um, Also, in terms of typography, this type is so beautiful. And then these little type pieces are not that beautiful, I think, because of the way, you know, they're styled. They're so small, they have pixelization, there's all kinds of issues with these little boxes. I think the idea to have a box is nice, but I think the beautiful, like, simple styling of these boxes is far more compelling than these boxes. So I think that's something to think about. I also think, you could just have the type here. And I think if you just had the type here, it would feel even more sort of compelling, because you already have this type here and you already have these images. So I don't know if you need these boxes, and I don't think they really help the design. I think, and I don't think we need Welcome to Time Restaurant. I think you could keep these two boxes, because they do kind of express, but not the boxes themselves, maybe just the type inside, because they're very fussy compared to the rest of your design, which is much more simple. Okay, so from page to page, the menus don't have as much beautiful styling on the type as I would like to see, and I think your type maybe didn't show up the way that you wanted it to, so that's a little bit of an issue. So I think the type isn't as sophisticated as sort of your color palette or some of your images are. So that's important. Also, not all of your images are as good as each other, and so I think, like, possibly this is a great image. I'm not sure about this image or this image, right? So making sure that your images all are as good, right? This one is very good. I also like how you styled this one more than I like the other ones, and I think that's because it has a consistency with this nav bar, right? It has a drop shadow instead of having the lines. And now I see the lines are from the homepage, but I think the lines are a different kind of style than these images. So I think picking one would make more sense, and so the drop shadow makes a lot more sense to me because it looks much more sophisticated here. Overall, the pages are really interesting. I think, again, the typography is sort of the weak link, but from page to page there are images, and there's a consistency of palette, and I really love what you did with this page. I think it's an amazing intro page, and I think the way that you stacked them and the way that they fade in, they fade out, and they're animated, and they take you to different parts of the site. It's a really good concept for the home page, and I think it is a sort of standout piece of this site.